Okay, so as I said, today's video today's experiment is brought to you by Valentina. I'm giving each class the same number of attempts. So we're going with 4 attempts to make our bag burst. So the equipment that we're using today is we have 4 bags. We have, 4 sandwich bags. We have a beaker. Now the beaker is this is all the equipment. For me to be able to put the bag in, it makes it a little easier to put the vinegar in it. We have 2 1 tablespoon measuring spoons. Our materials are vinegar and of course, baking soda. So I'm now going to tilt this down so that you guys can see it via here. Can you? Yeah, okay, good. I think you can see everything right now. All right, so we're gonna start. Valentina, her experiment said that the ratio should be 2 tablespoons, the final ratio should be 2 tablespoons of baking soda to 3 tablespoons of vinegar. So in order to get there, we're going to do it in 4 steps. Our first step is going to be a 1-to-1 ratio. So we're going to have 1 tablespoon of baking soda to 1 tablespoon of vinegar. Then we're going to do 1 tablespoon of baking soda to 2 tablespoons of vinegar. Then 2 tablespoons of baking soda to 2 tablespoons of vinegar. And then finally 2 tablespoons of baking soda to 3 tablespoons of vinegar. So we can see a progression in our experiment. So let's start off with the 1 and 1. So I hope you can all see me pouring in the 1 tablespoon of baking soda. And now I'm gonna scoop up vinegar, and scoop up 1 tablespoon of baking soda, make it nice and level. Everyone see the table okay? And then I'm going to do what I did yesterday and fold it over so that I can put the baking soda in without it mixing. I'm gonna close up my bag and I'm gonna quickly let it mix, get it moving around, and we can see we definitely have gas building up just like we did yesterday when we did this, but obviously not enough, but we needed some place to start, and all the classes are starting with a 1-to-1 ratio. So that is our first bag. So our second bag, as I said, we are going to do 1 tablespoon or 2 tablespoons of vinegar. There's 1 and 2. Take that out. I'm gonna fold this over, set it aside. And now I'm gonna get my 1 tablespoon of baking soda. I'm gonna place this in the bag, nice and easy. Seal up the bag. Make sure as much air is out of it as possible. Get a good seal. Oh, glad I redid that. All right, ready? Okay. So now we have, oh, look at that. We definitely have more gas. A significant amount more gas, don't we? All right, so that was actually pretty good, but nowhere near enough to make that bag burst, is it? The bag is still pretty soft and pliable. All right, but that was a good second step. All right, so our third step is going to be a third bag. This time we're still going to do 2 tablespoons of vinegar, because maybe we need more baking soda on this one. So we got 1, 2, and now this time we're going to do 2 tablespoons of baking soda. So again, fold that little bag over. All right, so we've got 1 tablespoon of baking soda, 2 tablespoons of baking soda. Ha ha ha. Because, you know, the Count's a great guy. All right, and now we're gonna seal up the bag with as little air in it as possible. Make sure we got a good seal. Okay, are we ready for this test? Who thinks it's gonna explode? All right, well, here we go. Okay, we have a pretty good one, but you know, I'm not sure that we have any more going on than the last one. It seems about the same. Actually, hard to say. It may even seem a little bit less, but okay, so still not enough to explode. All right, so now we'll do our final step, and we will do 3 tablespoons of baking soda. 1, 2, 3. Turn that over, and now we're going to do again 3 tablespoons of vinegar, 2 tablespoons of baking soda. So we'll get that first one in there. Now we'll get our second one in there. All right, so we have more vinegar than baking soda this time. All right, ready? Let's give it a shot. And we mix, and we have a good amount, but not quite enough to make the bag burst, is it? Nice and stiff, very firm bag. I think we were right there, very ever so close, but not quite enough. So, thinking about our experiment, we did quite well in our experiment, finding what gives off the more and more gas, finding that the smallest amount possible to get the most amount of gas, although it's not quite enough to burst the bag. And that's okay, it's still a good experiment. So, I'm gonna stop my video now.